Good morning, Colleen. It's Saturday. This video is going to seem really rushed because it is, because I have somewhere to be at 12:15 and it is now almost 11 and I'm not ready. Our town has an online newspaper. Did you know that? I didn't know that. It started in June apparently. So I'm me, and I was like, oh hey, I should email this editor person who I don't know, and that'll be important in a second, and pitch an idea to him. The idea itself doesn't matter. The fact is, he took forever to answer me. And then he was like, oh, I'd be happy to meet with you. Do you want to meet on a Saturday afternoon? We can meet for tea. Tea? I'm not a huge tea person. Like, I like tea, but I'm not like you. I like tea. So I was like, I don't want to be rude and be like, no, I don't want to go for tea with you. So I was like, okay, yes, let's meet at Civility and do this thing. But this whole time I was wondering, what is with the tea and who is this guy? And then I was like, maybe he's like younger and, cool. I confess, I had to Facebook stalk him. I had to figure out what I was getting myself into. And now I'm really freaking out. Colleen, he's old. I don't know what to do with old people. I don't know how to talk to them. I don't have anything in common with them. They terrify me. It's not a big deal. It's fine. It's a big deal and I'm freaking out. So I loved your video about cooking things and using toaster ovens and being creative and not having meat. Okay, confession, I like white meat, I like chicken, I like fish. Not a huge red meat fan. I can't ever go actually vegetarian, and I mean the internet and die, and you don't need to talk about that in detail, but if it ever were to happen, I'm sure I would be fine. Maybe. There are so many ways to be creative with food and still get protein. Making enough food to have leftovers is very resourceful, especially when you don't have a lot of time in the evenings. But you don't want the same thing 3 nights in a row necessarily. You can use tofu in lasagna to make lasagna that's delicious without actually putting meat in it. I'm not in my kitchen right now because, unlike you, I don't have the pleasure of living by myself. And my family doesn't take anything seriously, and so if I were to be down there showing you things from my refrigerator as I was talking, there'd be people in the background going like this. There's just no hope in me ever having a private life. Ever! Things like Pinterest, things that you're looking for recipes for, great. You can't be wrong with a recipe. If you find a recipe on Pinterest and it doesn't, turn out, fine. It's not wrong. It's just, it just didn't work for you. You do have to be more careful with, actual information as far as, what has protein and what doesn't. But, that's what I advocate for in everything that I do is finding accurate nutrition information online, where to find that, what you can trust, what you can't, and that just, I could ramble on about that forever. Recipes themselves, you can find them anywhere, and really, recipes are not copyrighted unless they come from a cookbook, and the directions obviously written out, you can't copy them, but a set of ingredients is a set of ingredients, and it's just a recipe. You can take them from anywhere and do anything you want with them. That's the beautiful thing about cooking. Cooking is an art. I'm not the best with experimenting with recipes because I have a thing with wasting food, and so if I am to make a recipe and it doesn't turn out and I have to throw it away, that just bothers me. But I'm getting better with that, and I love experimenting, and you put a couple things together and you do this to it, you do that. Think about eggs. Think about how many different ways you can prepare an egg, and it's the same thing. It all comes from the same egg, but it's just a matter of what you put in it, what you put with it, and what you actually do with it, whether you scramble it or fry it. It's the same thing, but you're making a completely different dish. I love that. Keep cooking and keep showing me your things, and if you are going to get creative with the food that you're making, write down what you're doing. My dad one time made this amazing recipe. I honestly don't remember what it even was or what it even had in it, but he made this amazing recipe. He never made it before. He didn't use the recipe. He just totally made it up on the spot, and it was amazing. And I said, Dad, you have to make that again. And he goes, I didn't write anything down. Who are you? My recommendation is, as you get creative, as you grow more accustomed to making your own things, write it down. It doesn't matter if someone has done it before. It's yours. You created it. You can slap your name on it, and hey, you can make it a family thing for like ever. Keep enjoying your vegetarian challenge, and it sounds like it's going okay. And don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to, keep asking me. Read that cookbook. I would suggest College Lifestyles, but our site has been down for like over a week, and so that's not really gonna help right now. Sorry. But I'm working on getting more recipes up on that soon. Hopefully. We're working on it. I love you and miss you, and eat lots of protein. BGFFA, I'll see you next week.